everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. In today's matchup, we've got a pair of wide receivers who certainly want to be targeted throughout the game. It's Green's Bengals going up against Browns Steelers.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, and Heinz Field. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up, and he'll be knocked down sideways with the Cincinnati Bengals. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Again, it's Mixon. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers who can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
And not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss. Third down, a shot here for Dalton. And the grab by Croft. And he is knocked down from the side. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the third down play was, the down and distance, and made sure they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now up.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure he didn't give up much run after catch.
Dalton with a give here to Mixon. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
Off the play fake to Mixon. This is Dalton. He sets to fire deep. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job. He rifles one that's intercepted. Sean Davis with a pick. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception throw.
And that last one, that hurts. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. So Le'Veon Bell, yes, the carry there, but I want to talk about what he did last week in the win over Cincinnati. Accounted for 192 yards from scrimmage. And I know you saw that stiff arm on Dre Kirkpatrick that he put out there.
I certainly did. You remember we were talking just a couple weeks ago about the rust from missing preseason? That's gone, right? Whatever product he used worked really, really well. But back to that stiff arm on Dre Kirkpatrick, that was one of those plays that every defensive back in the league, all they were thinking was, man, I'm glad that wasn't me. Because, man, he hit him with the shot and then finished it when he extended his arm.
Here's Roethlisberger to throw. Dancing to his left. He can run for it, and he will. Scrambling, not particularly a Roethlisberger strong suit, but he does get the job done there and gets a first.
Now, that definitely hurts because the mindset is getting a 3-and-out there, and they don't get it done. They give up the scramble and a pickup for a first down.
Now a play fake here on first down. Steps away to his left. That's a strong running. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he'd just throw the ball away, and he winds up only picking up a yard or two.
And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone. Roethlisberger now off the bootleg. This will be caught inside the 10. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Now Bell shifts by him. Oh, and now he bowls, pushing and fighting his way in for a Steeler touchdown. Le'Veon Bell, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead. And he'll put it through to make it 7-0 Steelers. Well on now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Second down to the offense needing 5 yards. They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Getting out a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. They'll run here with Mixon. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. So the offense now dealing with a 2nd and 7. And now to the air, Dalton. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. Now they run with Mixon. Got some real estate inside the 30. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 20 yards on both of those plays back-to-back there. They are moving now. It's another first down. So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. Mixon. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
I'm wondering, partner, if they might need to sub him out for a play or two because after that long run he just had on the previous play, he might not have all of his breath back.
Yeah, and they went right back to that well. Different result. Second down following the run. So Dalton now. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off. It's the Pro Bowl corner. Joe Hayden with it. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And he's brought down after a good gain. 31 yards there and a first down. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And the play goes nowhere, losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. A fake to Bell. Now it's Roethlisberger. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Kevin Minter. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
And a great spot to start this drive from here. Now Mixon. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense. Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. On 3rd down, Dalton. And this is going to be incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. That's their second, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back. So on 4th down, Marvin Lewis sends on the field goal unit. This from 54 yards away. And Bullock will put this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So after the pick, they can't capitalize for 6, but they do get 3.
And I know in this situation, most of us wanted to focus on the offense. You know, it's a lot of credit taking it over in a sudden change situation and shutting them down.
This is taken near the 13. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
This is caught by Antonio Brown. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. A really nice gain of 25 yards. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Vontaze Burfict coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. And this is caught by Martavis Bryant. A good pickup there, 26 yards. You know, when I see passes like that, I'm reminded of something you and I talked about yesterday. Big Ben was a wide receiver the first 3 years of high school, sitting behind the coach's son. And then he finally got that opportunity. I think he's made the most of it.
It's always the coach's son, isn't it? But you know where it helps him? When he looks downfield, he knows what the receivers are going to do. He actually has wide receivers' eyes when he's throwing the ball.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back to Heinz Field after this. So 2nd and 10 here. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. On 2nd down, it's Bell. And some space here. Bell so light on his feet. And he'll be out of bounds all the way down at the 5-yard line. That one good for 17 yards. And now they've got it 1st and goal. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Now it's Roethlisberger. And this is going to be intercepted. Big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
He's got a man complete before he gets into enemy territory. That goes for a gain of 31. They go play action here on 1st down. And no escape. Now they got him for a sack. Stephon Tuitt in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. It's 2nd down. Dalton looking. And he's going to go. And this pass rush strong now. That sack's on back-to-back plays. So the sack, and now it's 3rd and long for Dalton and the Bengals. Dalton now to pass. Looking deep for LaFell. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. Punting now is Huber as he sends it away. With it is Brown. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a Pittsburgh 1st down, a gain of 13.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Play action. It's Roethlisberger. He's going deep for Brown. And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off around the 27. And an alley to run. And he will be brought down. His time is now run. After the break. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
And a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. On second down, here's Roethlisberger. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by George Iloka. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Second down, offense behind the sticks here. 2nd and 13. Here's Dalton. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Third and long. What will Dalton dial up? And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage. But instead, he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. On second down, Roethlisberger. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Carl Lawson in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. So the sack, and now a third and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. Now Roethlisberger to throw. He completes it to Bryant. He got 29 yards that time. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
And once again, not much running room, if any at all. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. So back-to-back plays here where he couldn't get anything on the ground. Now you face a 3rd and 10 and assume you're going to try to pass it, right?
I would think so because you've tried to run the ball, and really it doesn't matter who got the ball in the play because there was no space to go. So then I think you step back, throw the ball to try and pick up the first down.
And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Now a first down carry by Bell. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. Well, that play was doomed right from the start.
They just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
Play action. Now Roethlisberger. He's going to fire one deep, and that's caught inside the 30. And they're able to get this one down to the 25. A really good pickup of 28 yards. They go play action now. Roethlisberger. His throw caught right around the 6. And they do get him down, but not before he reaches the 4-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards. They'll go back to the ground with Bell. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
2nd and goal to go now. They'll try to run it. This is Conner. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and they're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. On 3rd and goal, Roethlisberger. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. A great effort there, taking it in. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, executed with great dispatch.
Boswell on now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he is going to be knocked flat on his back. Oh, a big hit at the 19. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. T.J. Watt coming in from his outside linebacker spot. He buries him for a loss of 10 or 11. Dalton throwing on 2nd down. He's going to look deep down the field. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on. 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in
safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Throwing on 3rd and long. Dalton. He's got his man here. It's Green. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A.J. Green, 91 yards. And the Bengals have got it back to a 1-score game. So from back deep, deep in their own territory, all the way into the end zone, you think they expected to score on that one?
I'm not sure they expected to score. Taking a little bit of a risk there, right? Taking a chance, because the normal call is take care of the football, run it, be safe. Instead, they put it in the air and took it
under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Bengals. They've got the football, but they trail here as we get rolling in quarter number 4. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And this doesn't work. The Steelers recover it. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number, kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
That one goes for 24 yards. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Another nice gain, 13 yards. Now they'll try the sweep with Bell. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
This is where coaches have to have spent a lot of time going over situations with their players, because him getting tackled there is not the worst thing in the world. You're going to run more plays, right? Clock's going to go. But his thought process is getting into the end zone. It's counterintuitive for him to actually go down in this spot.
Yeah, but like you say, you don't want to get in the end zone too early here.
No, not at all, because you may leave an opening that could come back and get you.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. They go play action with Roethlisberger. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
As aggressive as Cincinnati is on defense, I was surprised that they only had 33 sacks last season.
Yeah, bottom half of the NFL.
I think that helped contribute to them not making the playoffs. Remember, they had a nice little run going. That's the first time they missed in the last 6.
And Boswell's kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 8. So, Charles, I think from a defensive perspective, you have to look at that field goal there and consider it a win.
You were able to keep them within a touchdown, so no question about it. That was the kind of stand that keeps you in ball games.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it. And, of course, the quarterback in this situation, he's realizing time is becoming a factor. Let's see if they can get some points on the board here late. 1st and 10 for Dalton. And he will find his man on the outside. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. First play of the drive in their hip pocket, of course, the focus. Got his man complete. He got 29 yards and down in the second half. Looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
And leading here late, so a chance for the defense to really close out this game if they can halt the offense. That's caught by his tight end, Uzomah. The ball comes up out of bounds.
And I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not their friend.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Artie Burns. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. The 30. 10. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six for a Steeler touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. Here. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Play action now. Dalton. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Trying to go for the big one there on second down. Now they're likely down to their final two plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
Third down, a shot here for Dalton. He's going to let it fly. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. Fourth down now.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. To throw here, Dalton. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
Here we go. Left.
Oh, Roethlisberger going to throw. Breaks a tackle. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with second and a yard.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable second and short.
That's complete right around the 8. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a third down. Now the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yard.
And it's caught. It's Brown. Touchdown Steelers. Antonio Brown from 8 yards out, and the Steelers are going to add on to their lead.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And this is going to be snuffed out. The Bengals recover. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team.
Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A.J. Green, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bengals are able to draw a bit closer. Off the play fake to Mixon. This is Dalton. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Roethlisberger going to throw it. Buying time to his left. That will be caught by James, the big tight end, as a Steeler touchdown. Jesse James, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. Extra point now by Boswell. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. And this is going to be snuffed out. The Bengals recover. The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, in whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep. Those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. They were going for Charles, we saw a lot of stuff that they could look